So now officially, yeah? So welcome and thank you so much that you came here in this like amazing number. It's so great. And yeah, so my name is Coreyemmah, or this is the name by which you will find me online, but everybody from Well of Wisdom calls me Josie, so you can call me Josie anytime, as always. And I'm a witch and a vlogger. I'm vlogging in Czech language, which is my native language. I'm from Czech Republic, and I'm vlogging for last about 5 years. But time to time I make some vlog in English as well, because of I live here in Ireland for last 2 years. And about witchcraft, what I do is basically eclectic witchcraft. I'm influenced a lot by hedge witchcraft, Seder, which is Germanic shamanism, and also chaos magic and shadow work. Shadow work is a huge part of my practice because I think that it can really like bring joy into the life, and that it can improve the life and relationships, and it can just help you to boost your magic as well, to boost your energy. So today's talk will be on shadow work, and since it will be on shadow work, I would like to ask you, what do you think it is actually? So I made this ointment here. I'll just do the allergy disclaimer in a minute. And yeah, I will send it around, and I would ask everybody to just like tell your name and what do you think is a shadow, or what do you think is a shadow work. If you don't have any experience with that, it's totally okay. If you say shadow is that thing that is under the light, it's totally okay as well. Yeah, anything that is actually like in your head when I say shadow. What do you think it is? So I will send it around, and it's based on shea butter, and there's, now I will read it, lavender, rose, jasmine, ylang ylang, neroli, and myrrh. But it was made in the environment where sesame seed. Yeah, so not for some here. I don't think that any sesame seed touched it, but just in case. And I'm using sesame oil in my aromatherapy practice as well. So I will just, yeah. So I would like you to just like dip your finger in, as I will do now, and use it here on your wrist, so all the oils can essentially interact with you and go through your blood. So we are all on similar wave, and we can always smell it if we would need to like calm down and get back to like the vibe of the whole evening. Yeah, so I will send it around, and I will ask, who are you and what do you think is a shadow work? And now I just took too much. Here you go. Yeah, so I believe that everyone was right. You gave loads of the information in. So for those who are totally new to shadow work, I hope that it will be a pleasant experience for you as well. And yeah, so the shadow is the term by Carl Gustav Jung, who gave us also terms like synchronicity or archetypes. And it is basically something that we personally see or feel like a negative aspect of ourselves, or something that we don't want to be a part of ourselves, something that we want to avoid. And when we avoid it properly, it can be something that really irritates us on others, because then it's a true shadow, something that is deep in us, and something that we can't even see how much in the corner it's pushed. And through the shadow work, we are trying to find these shadows to basically love ourselves as a whole being with all the yin and yang things, and also to use our shadow as something that can actually help us to transform it into something good, into something that we can use in our life for making it better, basically. Yeah, so I think that like everyone who was talking about shadows were like quite accurate, and yeah, the shadow can be like so huge, when you just light the light on the small spider and it's like a huge shadow suddenly. But do not to be afraid of that spider then, of its shadow. The way how to do that is to switch off the light and basically go through that go through that darkness to basically come into that shadow, to become the shadow, because it's a part of us. I have a tiny picture here that I just draw yesterday, so I would like to show it to you. So yeah, I hope that everybody will see that. Unfortunately, we couldn't put it on a bigger screen. Yeah. So can everybody see it? Yeah. So here's basically a girl who's going through like shadow work. Yeah. So on the first picture you can see that she has kind of like red aura. She's kind of like the fighter one, yeah, the one that is having that kind of red aura around herself, and all the shadows are trying to like go for her and to get her. And she's quite stressed by it. She's quite sad. She's just sitting like here and trying to hide from it, trying to like have a head in the sand, to not to see that, to not to understand why is it happening. And she's basically avoiding that it could be part of herself. Here in the middle is where I believe that everybody is, because as it was said here, like with the shadows, it's like it's a cycle. It's not something that we will have like sorted, done and dusted after this evening. It's something that is like peeling the onion. You just peel a part of it and then you peel another part of it, and then the first part grows again a bit. So it's a process. It goes through all your life, and it also goes through the interaction with other people and through that mirroring through other people. So here the girl is basically trying to like understand those shadows and understand herself. And the final part is the girl who's holding all her shadows. They are basically herself, and she knows about them and she carries them, she loves them, and they are smiling here. So this is basically the whole process of shadow work. And how can we start? Where can be the starting point? That's what I would like to start our exercises with today. So, how to recognize your shadow? Is there anybody who would have an idea how to kind of like see that shadow? No, never mind. Okay, so when you go through some situation in your life, meet some people, hear some words, have some fights or some situations full of stress, nervosity and stuff, you can meet your shadows very easily. Your shadows are things that are pushing you down, that are irritating you, that are making you angry, that are telling you some way, somewhere in your head or in your soul, that you can't make this, you can't do that, or you're not worth it, you're not good enough. Some things that are kind of telling you, stop here, you can't go through. But it's not an intuition that would be like warning you to not to do something silly, but it's something that is stopping you from being happy. Usually, or very often, it can be also wrapped in a so-called comfort zone. So you can be in the relationship, for example, which is not really working, but it's not that bad, but it's not really working, yeah? You're not really happy. You are kind of just like going through it some way, yeah? But you might not be super happy, but you might be scared to leave that relationship because of you were told you're too old to find someone else, you will never find someone else. Maybe even your partner is telling you, oh Jesus, you're not like good enough to get anyone else but me. And to cross the comfort zone is to face that shadow, that fear, and it is the step to happiness, even though it can lead through some kind of like darkness. Yeah. So this is basically how we can like leave that part of our comfort zone and get to know our shadow. And yeah.
Is it also something like, for instance, if someone's in a job that they don't really like, and they don't have the confidence to make a change and
yeah,
follow their
absolutely.
true heart.
Yeah, it's any situation in which you are not happy, but maybe it's not that rotten a situation that you would leave it immediately. It's the situation in which you know that it's not perfect, it's not good, that it's kind of taking your energy a lot, but you don't want to make that cut. You don't want to like step out of it. To do, if any one of you works with tarot, to do that kind of fool card, that first card where the fool is stepping out of the mountain into something that he doesn't really know. Yeah, and you can meet that shadow, you can recognize that shadow by your energy when something touches you, when something irritates you, when something raises an emotion, like emotional wave in you. So let's just imagine ourselves, because Sophia was perfectly showing that it all goes in here, it's all in here. So let us all imagine that we have like our wave of energy. We will meet somewhere in the middle. Just try to not to totally connect with another person across the circle, and just imagine that we have here that energy of ours. And that energy is like a line. It's the line, it's your line of energy. It's how you breathe, it goes like, there's no ripples, there's no waves. It's just a line. And I will tell you a few words, which I chose totally randomly. And I would like you to feel those words. And some of them might be totally okay. You will just continue on your wave, on your normal line. But some of them might be like, woo, a bit of hop. And other ones might be like, foo, pushing you down immediately. Some of them might be like, going totally over the hill, raise an emotions, and you raise some kind of like strength or fear or anything. And yeah, so I will just tell you these few words, and I would like you to feel their energy. Yeah, you can close your eyes, you don't have to, it's absolutely up to you. So try to catch anything that would be itchy or disturbing your lovely personal wave. And the first word is myself. Mother. Church. Authority. Body. Gossip. Father. Gay. Relax. And the last one is fear. Okay, I hope you all went through, that you all felt at least some of those words, but of course, like there's so many words on the world, so I can't please everybody. Anyway, if you had any of those words as like changing your energy, as raising something inside of you or pushing you down immediately. Like if you had any kind of emotion about any of those words, or a memory or something that simply clicked in with you. It could be something that might bring up your shadow. And I would be really glad if we would go through the circle again. And you don't have to say which word was it, not at all. But I would like you to describe if you had any of those words connected with some energy change, emotion, if you could describe that emotion to us, to try to like put it to words, but you can also shout or express it in any other way if you would like to.